opportunity. And a very happy International Women's Day 2023 to all our lovely ladies here. And I would definitely not want to limit it to one day. I would rather celebrate the whole year and every year after this, before this, right? I mean, every day is a celebration of being alive, being vibrant. So why limit it to one particular day, right? But anyway, let's thank Qualizeal here to bring up this event in order to like emphasize that we have a particular day for ourselves. It's me time, it's our time, and it's our time going forward as well. Thank you, Qualizeal, for this opportunity to come and talk to your women colleagues here. And I'm really privileged. I'm really happy that I could take part on this. And thanks, Parvati, for inviting me. And Madhu sir, definitely a lot of inspiration coming from a strongest male ally here already, right? So it's not just the women who are supporting other women, but we have half the population represented by Madhu sir supporting our women as well to come up, right? So a lovely gathering here, and I would say, ladies, what's stopping us from being our best, right? So there's nothing in the world that can like limit us from whatever we want to achieve. It's all self-limiting beliefs, right? So most of us have been ingrained with a lot of like stereotypes right from childhood, and it's a lot of societal conditioning that prevents us from achieving whatever we want to do in life, right? But these are not impossible things. These can be overcome. So it takes a little bit of patience, it takes a little bit of practice, and it definitely takes a lot of confidence in order to overcome these obstacles. And we women here, we are able to be role models to the next generation like you. I have two daughters myself who are already like becoming professionals. And I feel that it's all about like following our previous role models and becoming role models yourselves. So what are you waiting for? Why is it that this shouldn't be your day one in achieving your dreams? You have come so far. Be proud of yourself, right? Why do you need anybody else to emphasize what you have done, what you have already achieved? You have come this far on your own merit. Maybe, definitely, we stand on other people's shoulders as well. But that's the truth for the men as well. They also stand on several shoulders. We also do with our family support, with our society support, right? But ultimately, because there are certain norms in the society which were like really working for several centuries, right? That's become like a tradition, that's a culture, that's the how the society functions. But that doesn't mean we live like 12th century BC when we are in 22nd century AD, right? So it's all about a mind shift change that is required from all of us. And don't expect some knight in white, shining armor on a white horse come rescue you from your fears and inhibitions. You need to be your best advocate. You need to be your best like a teacher, right? And bring yourself out. Take the support of whoever you feel is on the same journey as you, right? So it's all about how you are going to take your mission ahead. So take the support of whoever is encouraging you, supporting you, whether it is in your family circles, whether it is in your professional circles. Reach out. There's nothing wrong in asking for help. Men do that all the time. So why are we not faulting them, right? Why do we feel that we shouldn't ask, we shouldn't say, we shouldn't do, right? So all this kind of societal conditioning, you will need to unlearn those things and relearn being more confident and more supportive, right? And once you achieve something, make sure that you pull along the women around you as well, right? So you have a duty to bring up other women also in the society, the men as well, right? So we women, we just don't like support women, we support the men too. So we are already half the population. What more do you want us to prove, right? And it's just that we have entered the workforce quite late, probably in certain sectors, but women have always been working. Haven't you seen women working in different sectors, maybe it's manufacturing, retail, healthcare, education? We have been there everywhere. It's just that probably you want to see more numbers now because probably double income, no kids is the norm of the day, right? Women will need to earn, women will need to like support the family financially as well, and that's why more and more women are out in the workforce, right? So, for example, if I were to share, when I started my career as a computer programmer way back in the 90s, I was just telling Shabnam madam as well here, I was the only girl in a class of 23 boys, right? And I was like super shy. I wasn't like this at that time, right? So I was always like questioning myself, oh, should I go ask them for help? What about the assignments, right? What will they think of me if I go and ask? How will they interpret it? Will they think that I am weak, that I am submissive, or I am stupid, I am silly, right? There are so many things, right? Yeah, yeah, that is also true, Manisha. So the moment you go ask somebody, they will interpret it in a different way, right? Say, hey, yeah, ye ladki to mil jayegi, right? That's the kind of conditioning, right? Because men have been taught to chase goals. It includes a woman as well, right? So chasing goals and achieving them, that's what they have been conditioned to do, and that's where they measure their success as.
Hi everybody, happy Women's Day. Blessed to you all. Happy to see you all, young ladies. And thank you. You have given the privilege to speak on the stage. Thank you, colleagues and people. Okay. So I have the opportunity to speak regarding women's empowerment. So, first of all, I'll tell women are soft like dove and they are tough like serpents.
Whatever you want to say, whatever you all want to learn, I'm also doing that same thing here. I'm here to sitting here to listen to what all the distinguished guests are telling us and guiding us. Typically, they say that we all also know the history of this International Women's Day. It came out of suffrage of women in various other countries, especially in the West, and that's how it came into force. United Nations has declared this as an International Women's Day because they wanted to bring that respect. We come from a culture where they say yatra narinste pujante ramante tatra devata. So where women are respected, that's where reside the gods.
First of all, Madhu, I feel these girls are so lucky that you are hosting them in Western expectations. And as soon as I walked in and I looked and I got like, oh my God, all the ladies are so beautifully dressed. And I just like every day don't want to think about dressing. I just wear a white shirt, blue jeans and leave. So just like every day I did it and I realized I made a mistake. Everybody here is so much doing so pretty. This is like a homecoming for me because my first serious job and my first manager was Madhu. If anybody, if you tell anybody Manisha was little teary-eyed, they will not believe because everybody knows me as such a strong woman. Don't mess with her. So, but today there will be some senti moments. First of all, how many of you feel that you are privileged? Please raise your hand. Yes. How many of you feel you are privileged? And I raise my hand very, very, very high because I feel I'm extremely privileged because from where I come to where I am today, it has been a very long journey and I have a long way to go yet. Why do I feel I'm privileged and why I believe that all, especially the girls here, are very, very privileged? A, we are privileged to be born. 3,323 girls every day in India are murdered before they're born. Before they're born. So somebody in our family took the right decision and said, okay, let's welcome this child, whatever way, gender, whatever way she comes or he is born. So that's a big thing, which we don't appreciate typically. We take it for granted. Second thing, only about 30% of women in India have privilege to have the education level which we have. Do you agree? So we are privileged to get the education. Somebody spent money on us, sent us to school, college, gave us the education. I know very brilliant girls in my own family who were denied education saying, इसको हम, and she showed the potential. She was clearing all the exams. She was topper in class. And they said, इसको अगर हम CA कराएंगे, इसको CA बनना है, इसको CA कराएंगे, तो इससे शादी कौन करेगा? हमारे को प्रॉब्लम होगा उसके लिए लड़का देखने को, नहीं, उसको नहीं कराना है. And she was denied chartered accountancy education. And we were given whatever we aspired for, and sometimes we were forced into it. Maybe your parents just told you, you have to become engineer, right? Maybe even that happened. So you realize that you're privileged. Please raise your hand if you feel that yes, you are privileged to be educated and doing a job. Doing job is another big thing. So many families say education तक ठीक है, but job नहीं. अपने घर में क्या कमी है? Heard about it ever?
Yes.
अब हमारे घर में क्या कमी है? Why should you work? So we are allowed to work, we are allowed to do the education, somebody spend money on it, second important thing. And the third big privilege that we have is we are working with Madhu. When I asked Madhu yesterday, Madhu, what do I talk about? Madhu said, talk about your career journey or talk about your life journey rather. And I'm going to do that. I hope you enjoy it and you learn something from it. The journey started, first thing that comes to my mind is education, right? That's the first journey. So the education journey started with the first school I stepped into was a government boys' school. Okay? Government boys' school, not girls' school. Because I had 3 elder brothers, I just followed them to school. They used to go to school, even I wanted to go. Whichever school they go, I would go to that. So I went there and I sat in those classes. The last intervention which I attended, which was educational formal and then executive education, was at Stanford. So it is journey from government boys' school to Stanford. And it did not happen automatically. As she said, I followed up for almost 2 years. I used to tell my manager, I want to go to Stanford, I want to go to Stanford. So whenever there was a batch getting prepared, I didn't belong to that batch because that was for only senior leaders in Infosys. So I was a little junior by that standard. But I like to push my envelopes. नहीं मुझे जाना है ना. That is where I want to go. Like she said, that aspire, think big. So I had this big thought that I want to go to Stanford. How will it happen if I don't tell people? She mentioned it, right? Talk to your manager, tell them. So I would, every time the batch is getting formed, somebody somewhere would tell me कि batch बन रहा था. I said, I would go and tell my manager, even if somebody, okay, by the way, I try to understand from people. There was a colleague who went, I asked him, how did you go? So he said, I went because my manager was not going, he didn't have time. So he said, you go. And I went. I said, oh, ऐसा भी होता है. So I knew ऐसा होता है. So then I said, okay, I will also do that. I'll started telling everybody, if anybody is getting dropped, please put my, I have visa, I can go at last minute, I'll manage my time, I'll make sure my deliveries are perfect, but push my case into Stanford list. And Madhu, I got that. 2 years of follow-up. I do not want to tell you that things happened automatically and I was best of the best in the world. So people told me, Manisha, here is red carpet for you. Please go to Stanford. Like she said, doesn't happen. Okay, the people you see at the top did not get there because they said, I'll pray and I'll let things happen because I'm the greatest. I want to be on the list even if I'm not the best because I deserve it. I believe that I deserve it. And I know I'll make the best use of it. Do you think it makes sense? Anybody who feels, no, that's not how things should happen? Anybody who feels that yes, you would like to give it a try, next time you will push the envelope. Anybody, please raise hand. Please have courage to raise hand. Yes, thank you.